Hey, what's happening, gentlemen? Ladies too, if you're watching. But we know this channel is going to be mostly focused around the fellas. So before we get into DFS for the day, I told you guys we're going to do a little more talk about sports betting over here, trying to ramp up the consistency level of how often we get to it. And once again, too, this is the backup channel, as most of you guys have known. Please subscribe to it. We will pound out some sports betting information here as well, as to not overwhelm the main channel when that one gets up and running. So I've got a couple of basketball games tonight. And in DFS, I'm a big fan of just making the best plays on paper and not always trying too hard to like go out of your way to like pick long shots and stuff like that. When it comes to sports betting, I'm a little bit of a different. I often like underdogs, or at least games that I feel like are more of a pick 'em, but I'm getting the odds in my favor for what I get back on my investment. Now, before we get into what I'm looking at for today, guys, I would encourage you all to give a look over at Jazz Sports. We've been partnering up with them now for a couple of weeks. For the customers who have signed up and have already, requested withdrawals, they're having a lot. They're enjoying the experience. So I think it comes better coming from the players. The withdrawal process has gone easy. Everything has gone well with them so far. So give them a look. You will get all the same rollover bonuses by using our promo code, and our promo code is 5-pack. Pretty simple, right? When you sign up, go down to promotional code, enter. 5-pack right down here, and let me know that you did that when you make your initial deposit, and I'll get you a free 5-pack membership in addition to all the rollover bonuses and deposit bonuses they're going to give you. So give me a heads up, just let me know so we can get that all hooked up for you. Now, in the meantime, tonight we got a couple of underdogs that I like tonight, specifically looking at the Nets and the Raptors taking on my Bucks, which I don't like. So what do I like about the Raptors tonight? One, ever since they took Milwaukee out in the Eastern Conference Finals a couple of years ago, we've seen Milwaukee typically outgun them, right? I think they're 3-1, if I remember correctly, in that time period. I like the Raptors to get a little bit of revenge tonight. So I know Bellman, something he loves is teams coming home off of a long road trip for them just to not play very well in the first game back. So Milwaukee does have that. That's not something that, like, I have any numbers to back up or anything like that, but I know within the sports betting world, that's something that he's a big fan of, and I'm sure that came from somewhere. Again, I don't have any numbers to back that up, but it's definitely something that I know he's liked to use for a really, really long time. Well, Milwaukee's coming home after a really long road trip. More than anything for me is this team, my Bucks, they don't look good without Drew Holiday right now. And they're really struggling to stop teams defensively. I was watching them play the Thunder the other day, and every time I thought they would have the ability to get a stop and just kind of end that game. They're just not capable of it right now. Bryn Forbes and everybody else that they are putting out in the backcourt right now to try to slow down the other guards or get some offense, they're just not getting any stops at all, period. They've been absolutely getting trounced by teams offensively. So Drew Holiday is out again tonight. Unless something changes about his COVID restrictions today, and if you want to wait that out, but I believe he's already been ruled out tonight. I want to go back and look at that one. I think of this game as a little bit more of a pick 'em. And what I mean by that is I can see it going either way. Who makes their threes tonight? Does Norman Powell make 7 threes tonight? Well, the Raptors are going to win the game in that instance. Does DiVincenzo and Middleton get hot? Okay. Well, then the Bucks are going to win the game. So I look at it as more in this specific situation. Obviously, I like the Bucks a lot better at home. Their home record this year is off the hook compared to what it is on the road. So, that's not a good thing for where I'm going on this one. But I look at this game, maybe not a pick 'em. Maybe I got Milwaukee as a slight favorite. But I'm getting almost 2-1 on my money to pick the Raptors to win this game straight up. I'm not picking them to cover the spread. Quite honestly, 5 points in the NBA means so little these days that it's difficult for me to have a real good feeling about anybody because with such a small point discrepancy in the NBA doesn't mean much to me. However, I could definitely see Toronto winning this game. And Milwaukee's really struggling to get stops. They'll turn it around here eventually. But the loss of Drew Holiday has been big for them. Losers of 3 straight. I would usually love Milwaukee in a game like this. But defensively, it's just not there right now. And I don't see how coming home off of a 7-8 game road trip, they're going to have had the opportunity to all of a sudden just fix it. And I like the Raptors to have I don't know, close to a 50-50 chance to win this game, but I'm getting close to 2-1 on my money. The next one below there is the Nets to beat the Suns. Look, man, I'm a fan of the Suns. I think they're good. But this Nets team, they're vibing right now. They're looking really good offensively. Trounced the Warriors the other day. So I know people are making a lot out of, oh, the Nets defense was so good against the Pacers in the first half 3 games ago. It wasn't that good. That was bad Indiana. If you watch the game, don't look at the score totals. It wasn't anything the Nets did that was great. However, they weren't awful, which means a lot for this Nets team, right? They just need to not be awful defensively. And Kyrie is awful defensively. They just need to not be awful as a team, though, defensively. And they should be able to do enough offensively to beat a lot of teams. Because as hard as I am on James Harden and Kyrie Irving, these guys can just flat out just put it in the basket. So I look at the Nets and the Suns as another game that, in my mind, I think if you played this game 100 times, it'd be close to 50-50. I think the Suns team is pretty good, but the Nets team is vibing right now. This is nothing more than riding the hot hand. And if the Nets get rolling offensively, the Suns are not a team with the firepower outside of like Devin Booker to really catch up with you in a situation like this. So the way I would like to disperse things today is play some underdogs. So you choose how aggressively you go on underdogs. But I like the Raptors to win straight up. I like the Nets to win straight up. And then maybe potentially put in a parlay in. Because if those two things happen, you're getting about a 6-1 return on your money. And I don't think that's like a long shot to happen. Again, probably not going to. That's why you would get a 6-1 return on your money in that situation. But I do give both of these underdogs a real good opportunity to win these games tonight. And with the Nets, it's nothing more than riding a hot hand for a team that's got a lot of offensive firepower. You know, you don't even throw in a guy like Joe Harris that can make 7 threes on any given day. Jeff Green has shown some moments the last couple of days that he's going to get back to vibing. So those are the two teams I'm looking at today. And probably won't place my bets till a little bit later, decide how I want to do it. But as the day stands right now, I usually try to look through a few different things and then just kind of pick out my favorites. I'm vibing on some underdogs today, and we'll see how that plays out. Good luck, guys. We'll talk to you guys about DFS just a little bit later.